22-7 on breakfast. Catalan's leader has declared the Spanish region has won the right to statehood following a contentious referendum marred by violence. 90% of those who voted backed the independence, despite the poll apparently being against Spanish law and police physically barring people from voting. Otago University Professor of International Relations Robert Patman is with us on this morning. Tēnā koe, good morning.
Good morning, Jack.
Could you just start by giving us a bit of a background as to the situation with this referendum in Spain?
Well, I think, you know, in a sense, the emergence of independence is the accumulation of grievances that Catalonia has had with the central government in Spain. Catalonia, in the northeast of the country, population of 7.5 million. It's very distinctive in terms of its culture and also in terms of its language. And there's been two grievances, really, Jack. Firstly, there is a sense that economically it's one of the richest parts of the country, but it's seen its status economically diminish in relation to the rest of Spain. Barcelona, part of Catalonia, used to be the heart of the Spanish economy. It's taken second place to Madrid. There is also a sense that the current Conservative popular government has been attempting to peg back the traditional devolution of this region. So it seems that Catalonia feels that it hasn't been treated by the central government. And in a sense, I think many people have turned to the issue of secessionism or independence as an expression, a deeper expression of dissatisfaction the way it's being treated by the central government.
The independence movement in Catalonia has been around for a wee while now, but what about the current laws as they stand? Does Catalonia have a degree of autonomy? It
does. But I think they'd like to go further, and they like recognition, in particular, of their distinct nationhood as they see it. And I think, to be fair, the Catalans are divided over this issue. Many say they do not want to leave Spain, but I think there is, if you like, some populist element to this. They want to give a message to a government which they seem as unsympathetic and overbearing.
What is the process for any state that wants to declare independence? How does a state become independent? And we saw a similar or comparable referendum for Kurds in Kurdistan the other day.
Well, I think that the key thing is that the government of the country of the region which is seeking independence has consent. The Spanish courts ruled that this referendum was illegal, and of course the same applies to the Kurds in Iraq. The Iraqi authorities do not recognise the legitimacy of the exercise in question. And that's crucial. You have to actually get a central government to actually concede that the referendum in question, if it decides one way or the other, the outcome will be accepted. And this is, at the moment, the missing element. But this is a public relations disaster for the Spanish government. The heavy-handed treatment of what was a bit of a political gesture has probably played into the hands of those who are actually seeking independence.
Well, that's it. We've seen some really violent images on the internet of police beating up people as they went to try and cast their vote. So what happens now in Catalonia?
Well, that depends on the key players involved. But at the moment, there doesn't seem to be much dialogue, and I think we might anticipate, in the not-too-distant future, a unilateral demand for independence. There may be scope here for the EU to intercede and act as a mediator.
That'd be interesting, because even if Catalonia achieved independence, it wouldn't necessarily immediately be a member of the EU.
No, but it raises some awkward questions to the EU. But there may be a German solution in mind, where Spain reconstitutes itself as a federal state, with Catalonia having statehood status within that arrangement.
All right, thanks so much for your insight this morning, Robert. Really appreciate it. That is Professor Robert Patman from Otago University.